Hey everybody, it's Zach, aka Zach's Reviews, and we are back again with another review, and this is episode 1 of The Queen's Gambit. So I watched this new series on Netflix called The Queen's Gambit, starring Anya Taylor-Joy. I really love her as an actress. She's so well-rounded. Whatever character she plays, she is a chameleon. She just will play that character. I loved her in New Mutants. I loved her in Split. I loved her in Glass. She's just overall a great actress. She's super duper gorgeous. She's so stunning. So the first episode of this is, her name is Beth, and how the first episode starts is, well, I don't even really want to give you guys any. Well, actually, I'll give you guys some, not barely any spoilers, because I really want you to watch this series. I'm on episode 2. I'll be putting that review out soon. But and this is the first ever series I'm going to be doing episode by episode, because I really loved episode 1. So essentially, her parents die in a car accident. She was the only survivor. She gets in, she goes to this the school for girls, and she's 9 years old, and essentially you could tell that she's sort of almost, I don't know, you tell she's almost she's sad about her parents' death, but at the same time I feel like she's okay with what happened so far as what I know from episode 1. I'm going on episode 2. And, she runs into this girl that becomes her friend. This is, takes place in the 19 something. So, I'll put that in the description below when it takes place. But this movie, this TV series is so good. And when I found out that was actually, I thought it was a movie. When I found out it was a TV series, I was so happy that we would get more of this, because it looks so interesting to me and so, different. And, pretty much she is, chess master, pretty much. She knows everything about chess, essentially, and she beats, from what we know by the trailers and all that stuff, that isn't a spoiler, she she knows so much about chess, and she learns it very quickly, as we find out. So she runs into this girl, she's showing her around and all that stuff. There's these teachers, and there's this headmaster of this all-girls school that she goes to. It's like a foster home, for girls, that don't have, well, not foster home, but, I guess you could say, a home for girls that don't have families, and, they learn about, God and stuff, and, just a whole bunch of other things, it's a school, and they feed them these pills that I guess help with their imbalances, I guess. So I guess it keeps them in line. They're horse tranquilizers, I guess. So essentially, the one girl that she meets in the place says, don't take the green one, just take the brown one, because the green one will you want to take the green one at night, so you don't get tired, because I guess if you take them both, it makes you imbalanced, I guess, because I guess the green one keeps you up, and then the brown one makes you makes you ground level and, compliant. But I guess the green one keeps you just up enough that you're not too crazy and stuff. So she said take the brown one during the day and keep the green one for that night. But she didn't listen to the girl. She took them both, and, you could really tell, she's very, groggy, and, she's not very, trying to, she's just, you can tell she's almost tired, And, she listens to the girl eventually, but before she does that, she goes downstairs. Her one teacher's oh, you finished all your work. That's very impressive. She could tell the girl was smart. So she said, go downstairs and go, smack out the erasers and, bring them back up. She comes across this janitor that, is playing chess. And she looks at him oh my God, that looks really cool. What is this? And, he asked the guy, oh, what is it that you're playing? And he said, he didn't answer her at first. And she's excuse me, what are you playing? He said, chess. And then I guess she said, can I play? And he said, no, you're a stranger. The next day goes, which is the same episode, she comes back down and says, I'm not a stranger, I live here. And then he says, you know what, fine, you can play. And then I guess, she gets beaten or whatever. And then by this one move that he does. And, she takes the green pill, and this green pill does some cool thing. It almost it projects what what like it's like projects a chessboard on the ceiling, and like she plays chess on like almost in her head, but it projects on the ceiling, and like she's learning all these new tricks that that he won't teach her how to do, and she's learning all these things, and she's essentially, that's how she learns how to play chess, not with any chessboard, not with anything. She's more interested in that than actually being in class. She found something out of all this, tragic, travesty of, losing her parents, that, she really enjoys this, and, she knows that she's really good at it, and it's almost keeping her at bay, out of all the things that are going on, and all, her being there. I really can't tell if she likes being there or not, and this, like, the pills help her. The pills almost help her do chess, which is really bad, because even the girl, her friend, said, "Don't get addicted on these when you wait to use them," and she keeps stockpiling them, and she eventually, she gets addicted to them, and and her friend's like, "I can tell you're going with withdrawal. I told you not to get too attached to them," and they stopped serving them, and you could totally tell she was getting attached. So, she's like, what, I can't, stay up all night and, beat the janitor that, that's teaching me chess, and, I can't really stand out if I can't use these pills. So, she's like, I need to find a way to get them, because they stopped serving them, because the government said, you're not allowed to service, horse tranquilizers, because it's bad. So, he's like, I might just give you this. So, they just started serving brown pills, but yet the green pill bottle thing was still there, full of green pills. And she was so addicted to them, and, there's a moment where, they're watching a movie, and she sneaks out, gets the pills, like, there's a lock on the thing, she gets something from the janitor to, like, just a screwdriver, not from the janitor isn't there, gets it, breaks in, and starts just eating them, and then she just, they're done with the movie, they come out and just see that she's just eating them, and she falls over. And our friend's like, dude, you look like you were having a blast up there before you fell and, you got knocked out. And, you could tell that even though she, like, knew that her friend knew she was addicted, she kept giving her them and all that stuff, which was bad when she got them. But I could tell she, I don't know, they were, like, good friends, I could tell, but I felt like she knew it was wrong in some way, but then anyways kept giving it to her because, she wanted to make her friend, be happy, and, because she thought she needed them to, practice without a chessboard. That's what she needed to practice to get ahead of, her, technically her teacher, which was the janitor. So, the janitor's like, oh my god, this is insane. You're learning my moves that I'm not teaching you in your head. Like, you don't have a chessboard, you don't have anything. How are you doing any of this? Like, that's insane. She's like, I'm just doing it in my head. She's not telling them about the pills, that, that's how she's staying up at night to learn, like, to, push through and, learn these moves that you won't teach her. She's doing it, like, I guess those things help her, in her mind somehow, project a chessboard in her head and just do all this stuff. Which I'm still trying to learn that. I guess it's like the chemical or whatever does that. It's like a trip almost. Like if you did the drug or something, it gets you on any trip. So I'm assuming that's how she does it. And, like, the guy's so astounded, he invites his chess buddy to, come in and, see what she's doing. And, to see, like, she's super good. Like, I can't believe she beat me. She beat me in, like, years of practice and, to learn these tricks. She's beating me the next day. Like, she's just learning this at night with no chessboard, no nothing. And the friend comes in, his friend, his chess buddy, saying, and he introduced her, the janitor introduced him to her. And then they play the game, and instantly she, like, beats him. Instantly. Just with, like, a couple of moves. That, and he said, how'd you beat me that quick? Like, do you practice this? Like, how long have you been playing it? Did you practice this with, the girls upstairs, your friends that you have here? And she's like, no, I don't, I have no chessboard. And he's like, how are you doing this then? How are you learning these tricks that take years and years in advance? She's like, I do it in my head. He's like, what? And he's like, he's like, he can't believe it. Almost, you're doing this in your head. And even the janitor's like, I don't understand how you're doing this. You're like almost like a prodigy. Like, you're a beast. And and then he's like, play us both. And he beats them both. She beats them both. When he said play us both, my friend, and me. She beats them both. And he's like, I need you to come and see my students at the high school, and I want to see if you could beat them. Like, they're the best of the best. If you could beat me and I'm teaching them this stuff, if you beat them, like, you know, and they're better than me, like, that shows you're like, you're a beast. Like, no one in chess have come across somebody that can just learn that quick, especially a 9-year-old that's doing like these chess people that have been playing chess for years are really experienced. The next stage is beating them, like, easy dub without no practice, no nothing. So he takes her to the high school, and she is going around the table to all the high schoolers in the chess room that, you know, are part of chess club, and they can't make a move until she makes a move around the table. So she has to go through all of them, and then they can make their moves. She beat them all, and a whole bunch of high schoolers come in there and see her beating all of them. Again, a 9-year-old, and there was, like, the best of the best in that class, and she beat them. And she was, like, making fun of them, because it would be like flash towards, like, you know, the day that she went, and I guess she went back, and when she got back, she was telling the janitor, you know, like, these dumb high schoolers were doing stupid moves, and I beat them this easy. I knew what they were going to do. Somehow, these pills, whatever she's taking, gives her an edge that she can just project something and just do this. I think it's insane. I hope we know more why that's possible. Or, you know, I don't know if it might just be the pill, it's just because, you know, it's so bad, you know, the government stopped saying you guys, like, they were, like, frowned upon using them on, you know, on this, on these kids. They were just, it was the government frowned upon them doing this to them, you know, like, you know, using, because, you know, it's horse tranquilizer, you shouldn't be, you know, doing that. And, you know, my sister told me when I was telling her about it, saying, you know, that was, you know, back in the day, that was really bad that they did stuff like that, and it was to keep them at bay and to keep them in line, which, you know, was really messed up. So, yeah, like, so the fact that she's able to do that and beat them the next day is just insane to me. I can't wait to learn more, but this series is phenomenal. I really recommend you watch this. It's so different and so special almost in a way. I'm super happy it's not just a movie and it's actually a TV series. And I'm going to keep giving you more and more information as we go, but, you know, Anya Taylor-Joy is just a phenomenal, she's just so great. And I'm happy I'm seeing her in more. You know, I'm happy she really made a mark. You know, I really see her doing big things, you know, in this acting industry, and I'm really happy she got a TV series. I hope it keeps going on. I can see this keep going. You know, if they make another season, I'm really enjoying it so far. I recommend it. It's on Netflix. If you like, and the thing is that, like, it makes me really, really want to play chess. You know how, like, Ford vs. Ferrari makes you want to drive in, like, a fast sports car, or, you know, like, those are movies that make you want to learn things. And I feel like that's what we need is, you know, movies that make you want to learn things and do things and get outside your comfort zone is what makes people go on their, you know, their journeys in their life, following, you know, doing their dreams, or, you know, learning what their goal is in life or what they want to do in their life. Is, you know, stuff like this really sets you at the bar of, like, we need movies like this, so it makes you want to go after our goal. It makes you want to do something. So if you really want to learn something from this, or, you know, you really want to feel inspired and you just want to learn a crazy story on, like, how she's able to beat these, like, major chess players that have been doing this for years, this is the show for you. Again, it's really, really good. It's on Netflix. It's number 2 in the U.S. for a reason. I totally believe, you know, it's so good, and I believe that makes sense. It's number 2 in the U.S. Hopefully it gets to number 1 because it's really, really good. But I give this a 10 out of 10. I'm going to watch the rest of season, the rest of episode 2 of season 1. Go watch it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's just phenomenal. It's so different and astounding. I just love this show. That was my review on this, on episode 1. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what's upcoming and more. And yeah, that was it. So yeah, it was Zach's Reviews, and I'll see you next time. Peace.